And good afternoon, San Antonio. Welcome to the Happy Handyman Show. I'm Trudy Chook, broadcasting live at Johnny Chook's Home and Hardware. We're located at 2361 Northwest Military Highway. The phone number here is 210-341-1573. The store is going to be open till 6:30 today, and tomorrow 11 to 5. So anything that I talk about today, I leave up on the radio table. Is this table that I do the show from up front, and I leave everything up in case when you're driving around and you get in and out of your car and you miss little pieces. Everything I talk about is going to be up here on the table, and you can come by and take a look at it or give us a call, and everybody will be happy to help you. Let's see, what else? Let me remind everybody, also, we stream live on Facebook at the same time. So if you are at home and listening to the radio, you could go to our Facebook Live and see some of the things that I'm going to talk about today. You can either watch it now or on the replay on YouTube or on our website, which is Happy Handyman. Johnny Chook's Home and Hardware. Just put any one of those in and it will come up and you'll be able to see me. All right, so let me talk to you first about how exciting November is going to be. It is jam-packed with stuff we are going to do almost every weekend. This weekend was the first weekend that we have not. But on the 16th, which is a Saturday, we are going to do Fall Feast. We used to do Fall Feast all the time, and then we kind of got away from it. But we are bringing it back. And Fall Feast, we have a whole bunch of new gourmet foods, and I want you to try them. They're so good, from Fredericksburg Farms, and also from Carmi's, Wind and Willow, and they're great gift ideas. You know, if you don't know what to buy somebody, then they absolutely will love a mustard, a hot sauce, a dip mix, especially on this time of the year when they're going a lot of places. Hi, Roseanne, how are you? And Karen, welcome to the show. It's so nice to see you guys out there. And we are also having a gentleman walked in the other day, and he is a balloon artist. And he said, I was just wondering if y'all ever have something that maybe I could come and show how I make balloon animals, flowers. I mean, he is super talented. And so we invited him to come that weekend for Fall Feast. And he's going to be here. And he's called the Court Jester, I think. I forgot to write it down on my notes. But he's going to be here. You'll get to try some foods. Now, let me tell you what we're doing as far as a giveaway this year. Blanco Barbecue, I was going to have to make Thanksgiving dinner for all my family. And there was no way that I was going to be able to have time to do that and run a hardware store. And so I usually would get it catered. And so I checked into Blanco Barbecue, and sure enough, they have this great holiday feast special for $249. You get turkey, green beans, mac and cheese, cornbread dressing, mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, rolls. It's everything you need, right? And if you haven't ever eaten at Blanco Barbecue, well, you are missing out. It's real close to the store, just right down on Blanco Road. And I was trying to do some brainstorming about some things to do, and it hit me. What if we gave away a Thanksgiving meal? And so that's what we're doing this November. We're giving away a $249 Thanksgiving meal catered by Blanco Barbecue. And here is the deal. Here's how you do it. Whenever you come into the store, thank you. They were saying the Court Jester is the name of the balloon artist. Yes, that's what he's called. He's great. And Anthony, welcome to the show too. When you come into the store and you buy more than $75, you will get a little ticket. We put your name on it and we throw it in a bucket. And then on the week before, So, no, it's going to be the 16th, I think. Yes, the 16th, we'll have everybody's drawing, and we'll pick out one. And if we pick out your name, you win a free Thanksgiving dinner. A free Thanksgiving. You won't have to worry about cleaning up. You won't have to worry about cooking. You won't have to worry about anything. Thanksgiving will be, you'll be very thankful for Thanksgiving this year. So, yes, every $75 is a purchase. So come on in and take a look around. We've got some great gift ideas here. Now, our ladies event is going to be the 21st through the 23rd. We're going to have Texas Rocks coming on the 21st, and he is the man that we do a lot of jewelry with. He has a beautiful jewelry. It's costume jewelry. It's not fine jewelry, so it's very reasonable and it's beautiful. And then we're going to have the balloon artist in again, and then we're going to have Personal Touch, who was here earlier last month, and she did these adorable caps that you can personalize. You just have to come in and see her. She's so great, and she's got a salon down the way. And then we have Stocking Stuffer Weekend, and this year we're including the hardware store. They're going to have a Black Friday, and that is the Friday after Thanksgiving. So it's the 16th, the 21st through the 23rd, and then the Friday after Thanksgiving. And you do not want to miss out on all this stuff. It's so good. It's going to be, November is my favorite, okay? All right, so I was going through some stuff the other day. I have all of Dad's old articles, old radio shows. He would handwrite everything down. And it's literally been almost 11 years since Dad passed away. And so some of these really great products, they've gone by the wayside. And so I was looking through some and trying to find some things that were still, that we still can get. And I found there's two of them, and they are excellent products. So let me tell you about them. One is called Extreme Tape. Extreme Tape is a repair wrap that won't melt up to about 500 degrees. In fact, I think the reason Dad originally got this is because, of course, he had an old car or an old truck, and you can wrap this around like the radiators, and it will keep your radiator, it'll repair your radiator, and he was always having problems with stuff like that. It remains flexible. It insulates up to 400 volts. So, but what it's really good for is like if you have garden hoses that develop a little tiny pinhole leak and you don't want to replace a garden hose or have to cut it and splice it, this Extreme Tape is really, really good. Now let me tell you what else it's good for. If you have a small leak under the sink, in your plumbing, your PVC, you can literally wrap this stuff around your leak and it will stop the leak. And let me tell you, it's a permanent fix. It's not just a temporary fix, it's an absolute permanent fix, but it's not a sticky tape. It only sticks to itself. So when you stretch it and pull it around itself, it melts into itself and becomes a complete self-fusing tape. It's really amazing. If you haven't ever seen it, come by the store. I'd love to show it to you. Now, another thing that has been and stood the test of time is called Wonderlok Em, which sometimes I don't talk about this a lot. And Wonderlok Em is really good for, Dad used to talk about it for chairs that have spindles on them. So, or if you have a staircase and it has spindles on it and the spindles get loose and so your chair will get rickety, well, you can put Wonderlok Em in the joints of your chairs or in the spindles and it will lock them back down again. So this is, it's more than just, it's not just a super glue. It will actually repair the wood and tighten loose chairs, loose spindles. It'll do a whole lot more, but that's really what it's made for. So if you have that problem, if you've got some chairs that are kind of wiggly and wobbly, then try the tight chairs, and it will tighten it all back up again. All right, so now some of the new things that we just got in at the store. In the kitchen area, there is a product that is made in Belgium, and it's called No Stick, okay? And this one that I am showing you is a reusable baking paper. So how many of you like to use like that brown baking paper and you just roll it out just like you do foil and stuff like that? And then when you're done baking, you throw it away. Well, this is so cool because you don't throw it away. It's a silicone mat, and you can cut it and make it any size that you want, and then it's completely reusable. And it's super reasonably priced. You don't have to grease anything. It's completely non-stick, and you can wash it, you can put it in the dishwasher, and I just want to, it keeps everything clean. Like, so then that way, if you put this down here in cookie sheet, then you don't have to worry about cleaning that cookie sheet. Now, another thing that they have, and this one's new too, it is their oven protector. So it goes on the bottom of your oven, so you don't get anything that drips down on it. And since it's made out of silicone, I mean, anything that you put on it, it just literally rinses off. This is a great new line, and it's going to be in our kitchen aisle, so check it out. These would be great gifts for the people that have everything and they like to cook. This No Stick is really good. All right, so I had somebody have a question this week, and they wanted to know, they had a little desk and they wanted to take the current finish off of it. And what's the easiest thing to use? The easiest thing to use is a product called soy gel. Hi, Cindy. Soy gel is a non-toxic paint and varnish remover that will literally take up to 6 coats of paint off in one sitting, and yet you can use it inside the house because there's no smell. And then it doesn't raise the grain on the wood. It's an amazing product, and it works every time. I did a whole table, in fact that table is here in the store, where I did that at home, where I had a bunch of people over watching football, and I really didn't care whether I was watching football or not, and I did a table in the other room, and they never even knew it. The only thing, it doesn't work fast, it works slow, and you want to put it on about 1/4 of an inch thick, going in one direction. And see, I like to put plastic wrap around it to keep it moist. And then in about 3 hours, I lift it and I put my finger down in it, and sure enough, if it's gone down to the wood, it's ready to all come off. And you can, and this is the cool part too, if you take it off, you can throw it in a can, stir it up, and reuse it again. It's the only reusable paint stripper I have ever found, and it's called soy gel. All right, one of the things that one of my employees wanted me to tell y'all is that we have these UV flashlights. Okay, have you ever needed a UV flashlight? You say, what do I need a UV flashlight for? Okay, they are, of course, a black light, and they will show a lot of things up on carpet and flooring and stuff like that that you might not be able to see. So maybe you have a pet that is constantly using a place in the house, and you clean it, and then they go back. Maybe you can't find exactly where it is. Well, you'll be able to see it with this UV flashlight. You just point it on it and it'll show up. And then once you do, you want to use a product called BioZap. BioZap is an odor eliminator. It's not just it won't just cover it up. It completely neutralizes the odor, and if it neutralizes the odor, your animal will not go back and mark it over and over and over again. So that's what one of those little flashlights is really good for. Another thing it's really good for is to find scorpions. I don't know, somebody will probably tell me why, but you can find scorpions with that. So what's good for getting rid of scorpions? Clobber. Clobber is our pest control that I like to recommend because you can do it yourself. It'll save you tons of money from hiring somebody to do that. And it is, it has a knockdown effect, which is good for scorpions, but you can spray your house, close the door, come back in an hour, there's no smell, and you will not have, and it provides a barrier for pest control, so if anything tries to walk over where you have sprayed it, they won't be walking very long. So I haven't used a pest control in my house in probably 15 years. I always use something like this. Before clobber, there was shoe fly. We had shoe fly for a long, long time. And then they closed that business, and it took me a while, but I found another product that was exactly this, almost the same formulation. Sprays the same, has no smell like shoe fly did, and it just does a great job. And it's made right here in Texas. So I figure if they know how to get rid of bugs, if a Texas company knows how to get rid of bugs, that's what I want to use in my house. So if you're thinking, if you're tired of maybe paying for pest control, or maybe you have pest control and then even before they get back, you're seeing bugs around your house, you can spray with clobber and that'll take care of it. It's safe around children and pets as soon as it dries. And it dries in like 20 minutes. So I never have any problem with it. I spray my house. Max and I go to work. We come back later that day and he shows no interest at all in it. So, and that's what you want. And I don't see any bugs at my house. All right, so now let's talk about, because I forget to talk about this. Taro makes a carpenter ant and termite killer, okay? Most of you, if you've ever had termites, you know it's very expensive if you have somebody come out and take care of it. It's usually has a comma in it. It's usually between $2,500 to $3,500 to have your house treated for termites. But Taro does have a termite killer that you can treat. Like if you see them outside and you see them inside the house, you can spray the Taro termite killer on that. It will kill them. And then you can spray all around and possibly get rid of you'll get rid of your termites right there. It also takes care of carpenter ants, which are very destructive also. And it has this cool little straw that you can get back behind areas and into crevices. It also says that will kill carpenter bees. So if any of those things are a problem for you, then this is the answer, Taro. And I really haven't talked about it a whole lot. We have these things over there on the shelf and I'll go, oh, I need to talk about that. And I'll forget. Now, another thing, I had a gentleman come in the other day and he said, my outdoor light, hello Trudy, what are the jars behind you? Daniel, that's Fredericksburg Farms right there where I am, and when we have our fall feast, we're going to be showing all those different ones. He's asking, for those of you that are listening, he's asking about all these jars that are behind me. That's Fredericksburg Farms, and it's hot sauces, mustards, jellies. It's so good, so good. Salsas. So yes, that's what that is. All right, so let's say that you have an outdoor light fixture and the sensor has gone out. So in other words, what makes it a dusk to dawn, your sensor has gone out. And those sensors are expensive, or just to replace the whole fixture. But you don't have to do that. Philips makes a bulb with a sensor in it. And these bulbs are like under $12. They're a dusk to dawn. They come on at dusk and they go off at dawn. You leave them on all the time. They're a regular, like A19 regular bulb. It's a 60 watts, so it's not so bright, but this it's just a regular light bulb. Okay, it's got this little red eye on it. You want to make sure that you point that little eye out towards the front, leave your lights on, and it will, I think the first one I put in lasted almost 3.5 years. I put another one in, and they're still working fine. So it's economical, and it will keep you from having to make a big purchase. It's just a small purchase, and you can use them on all your outdoor lighting. I wouldn't suggest using it inside the house. It just doesn't work well. It says it can be used, but it doesn't work that well. So you want to put it out in front, like your front door, or back by your garage door, a shed maybe, something like that. Now Philips has also made a floodlight. Okay, that is a motion detector. It's motion and daylight sensor. So it's got that sensor in it again, but yeah, this is the flexibility of having a floodlight. And it's a really nice size floodlight. It'll fit in any kind of fixture. Here's your sensor right up front. It's this little kind of ball looking thing on the top of the light. And this will give you this is also it's a 120 watt replacement. It's only a 13 watt LED. So it'll stay cool, it'll last you for years, and yet you get the kind of light outside that you need to. And right now, you know, of course, we're gonna be going to daylight savings time, and will be a little bit lighter for a little while, but then it's gonna get dark real quick. Now, for inside the house, especially like if you're gone, and then you come in and the house is dark, what do? Well, you replace a bulb or two in your lamps and put one of these motion detector, they say motion activated light bulb in there. I have one in my bedroom and I have one in my back study because I don't have any light that comes on as soon as I walk in except for these bulbs. And they even have a little, what do they call that? It's a little deal that takes it from soft white, cool white, daylight. So you can make it any kind of light that you like. So I like soft white. I don't like that real bright light. And but you have a choice, and you could do that, and you can use those inside the house. So if you have a dark area of the house and your lamp is way on the other side of the room, you can use those bulbs, and it works so well. All right, now let's see what, all right, so we got a little bit of rain. And so maybe you have, with that little bit of rain, you got maybe some splash up, and it makes your foundation, all around your foundation, look real dirty. Or you get a mildew stain on the outside of your siding or your rock. I mean, it doesn't have to be siding, it can be rock, brick. So how do you get that off? So easy. 30-second outdoor cleaner. 30-second outdoor cleaner is, it gets rid of algae, mildew. It's almost instant results. I know there's some cleaners out there that you spray on and you never have to rinse them off. And they say, you know, it will clean and stuff like that, but it takes a long time. I mean, a long time. And 30-second outdoor cleaner is literally like what it says. It's 30 seconds and it cleans. I use it on my house, on around where I have a lot of foliage. It will get kind of mildewy behind there if we have a lot of rain. And I think we're looking at having some rain this next week again. So that's something that you can use around the house, okay? All right, well, I hope that helped you out today, guys. I hope I gave you some information that would be good to use. And, but you can always give me a call here at the store, 210-341 1573. And that's it for this week, folks. It's time for you to roll up your sleeves and get busy on some of these projects we've been talking about. But by all means, you remember one thing. It will always be a great day to paint. See you next week.